Hey everyone, I think this might be a very chatty video. I am excited actually to talk about all the things that I used in 2025, and yet I'm also a little bit embarrassed by all the things too because wow, it's a lineup and I'm missing one. Yeah, there's this one too. There's a lot of stuff that I used for 2025. It's kind of an evolution too, so I'll probably talk about that as well. I have a cord in the way, don't I? All right, so let's get started. I just, you see these videos on YouTube of all the things that people are using, and they summarize through what all they did, what worked, what didn't work in 2025. And I just am eating those videos up. I just really enjoyed them. And so because I've enjoyed them so much, like, well, why shouldn't I create one of my own? And so this is mine. And I have to say up front that everything I used worked great. There's nothing here that didn't work for me. It's just a little bit of an evolution that I was just exploring and allowing myself to do. I think I get into a rhythm where, okay, I'm going to stick with this product, I'm going to stick with this brand, and I'm going to only do it this way. And you do that for a long period of time. And for me, it was multiple years. And so that would be the Planner Perfect method and the Planner Perfect system. And so these journals are from Planner Perfect. And if you haven't heard me talk about Jenny Penton and her company, Planner Perfect, I started them in 2020, and I used them up until, yes, February of 2025, and I loved, and I still do, I love this system. I incorporate some of the things, her scripting method, I still incorporate that daily. And so I probably will come back to this because there's just so much I love about this. But I just felt the need to go explore a little bit. And so I allowed myself to do that after February. But let me show you a little bit. So normally I would get a blank journal because I like to, at the time, oh, actually this one's not. This one is actually one of hers. I wonder if February is. I don't feel like, yeah, February was too. Well, for a long time, I would just get the blank journals and put my bullet journal. It basically is what I would do, and that worked out really great. And the reason is because I like to have 2 pages for each day, and the way that she had designed these at the time, she doesn't do that now. Now she has 2 pages for each day, and there's enough in the book to make that work. But at the time, it only allowed for a Saturday and a Sunday, and so I didn't like that, and so I would create my own. But I also figured out a way to get her monthly journal set up, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you her monthly setup. And the other thing I would do is I would go ahead and do one day with a 2-page spread, and lo and behold, she actually has enough pages to be able to do that all the way through. It's just that it wouldn't follow her weeks as perfectly. So here's an example. So this week is Monday the 27th, but this is actually Friday, January 24th, because of the way she places these throughout. That part doesn't match up if you use a 2-page spread for every single day. But yet there is enough for 2 pages for every day. January 30th, I actually moved into the other one on the 31st, I believe. Is that right? Or I don't know. Is there 31 days in January? Yeah, see, there is. Okay, so apparently I somehow or another, there truly is enough, but it doesn't matter now because she does allow for a 2-page spread for each day now in her journals and her planners. Okay, doke. So this is what would come, and I had ordered them with blank craft paper. You can order them with all kinds of different designs and artwork that she has, or you can do her sub box in addition. So that allows you to just get her current art for that month, plus stickers, plus washi, and plus her tip-ins that she does as well. And for whatever reason, I think it's just because I enjoy planning ahead so much, I was ordering them ahead of time, and I was ordering them as blank and, or I should say as craft paper on the front. And so anyway, so it comes, there is some saying here underneath, but I can't remember what it is, and obviously I covered it up. So it comes with a spread for your month, and of course I just decorated this up with, I believe this is, a lot of this is Cocoa Daisy, if you'll recognize some of that from a year ago. So it comes with this nice spread. It comes with 4 pages total of goals, so you can write down what some of your goals are, and so that's really lovely. And then it starts in with spreads, and yeah, you've just got them here, and these weekly spreads are nice. The only thing, you know, that, yeah, Saturday and Sunday are shared in this box, which I would rather her just have smaller boxes and have 4 on each. But that's all right. You know, it works. It just doesn't bother me. It works. And so anyway, what I would do is I would script and then I would write out, you know, what my to-dos were, just to finalize that. And usually an evening blurb of some kind is what I started doing here. And so you can just see how lovely these spreads are. This is in a dot grid, and I loved to washi the sides, and I would washing them different for each week actually. And I just loved that. I loved the look of it. It's just darling. So anyway, just showing you more some of my weeks. Different stickers here. I think this is planning with Kate, planning with Kay. Anyway, I just really enjoyed all the deco, and I think that's what would draw me back here, is just all the lovely, lovely deco. Anyway, just quickly showing you some of that. That one's not too cluttered. That actually looks really nice, not being so cluttered. Anyway, and then at the very end would be a monthly review that you could put a little in here too. I love this. I'm currently doing this challenge called January, where you just try to make it through every day of January. Anyway, so beautiful, right? And then February, same thing, you know, just decorated this up as lovely as I wanted to. Sometimes I didn't have a whole lot of goals, but just deco, and yeah, same thing. Just enjoyed. You can see the washi that I did. I just was really, really into that, and it looks so cute. Nostalgia. More stickers. I do. I love my stickers. Next month I had a little, you know, because there's only 28 days in February, I had some extra pages in the back. So was able to take advantage of that with some other notes, and then the month in review. So in addition to these, which were more or less my planners, then I had bought this from Planning with Kate, or Planning with Kay. This journal, and all it is yeah, just blank journal. It is a grid. It's 5mm grid, but it is Tomoe River paper, and this is just a lovely, lovely journal. I really enjoyed it. But I started this, looks like I started it back in November, the month before. I was actually doing the 90 days, Bible in 90 days, and taking notes. Oh, my lands. I really enjoyed taking notes, quite honestly. But, okay, so I've forgotten that I had done that a year ago. That's so crazy. Anyway, so I had started that and just kept moving through, obviously December, and so this became kind of my catch-all. I'm not sure why I did this. I think I was just doing a planning ahead. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember that far back. But New Year's Day. And so, yeah, my devotionals, I would write here, my prayers and just whatever else I felt like journaling. And this just was my go-to for that. And just enjoyed it. Oops. Probably should edit that out. Anyway, yeah. Spent most of January planning and then journaling, prayer journaling in here. Then I started my washi bit too, because I really loved the washi on the sides, and I did that for each new week. February, did a lot in February, each new week. I'm not going to go through everything, but yeah, I'm just showing you, that this book was well filled and loved it, and I must have made it through the end of February with this. So that was kind of the combo, this month and this month, using those two products. And of course I would house them in one of my Planner Perfect leather TNs, and I have a couple of colors of these, and would switch them out, every month, or sometimes a couple of times a month, just depending on how I wanted to do that. Anyway, I've done videos of the actual leather and how lovely these are, but you can see how that would be pretty awesome in these things. Has a wonderful feel. So March, I moved into this. So what is this? I don't even remember. Oh my goodness, lots of good deco though. So I think I just bullet journaled this. This does not look like, yeah, that's what I did. Bullet journaled it. This is a sterling ink. Looks like one of her notebooks. So this was 270 pages. And so, yeah, I think I just immediately started seeing if I could actually put, all of this into one, and what would that look like. And that's what I did. So this had gold gilded pages. It still does. It just, yeah, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, so yeah, I just would put it all in here. So all my planning, all my morning scripting of my day, going through, what I'm going to do morning, afternoon, and evening, planning my days out. And my prayers are in here. All my journals and entries are in here. If I had notes that I was doing on, certain Bible study or book I was reading, that was all in here too. It just, yeah, was just all in here. And I didn't washi the edges of this because it was gilded, so I didn't want to do that. But I know I would have done it. And so anyway, you can see that I spent April in here too. Oh, it looks like I put, yeah, I like this layout of your week. It's a lot of room, and yet you can still do a lot with it. So it looks like I put all my weeks together, which was kind of smart. And then could do more here with my monthly goals. And then starting April 1st, here we went. Oh, and I even did a little bit of art. I was trying my hand at, can I watercolor? Maybe. Yeah, I was trying to incorporate a little creativity. So yeah, I drew that. Anyway, pictures of my puppy, and yeah, I just had a blast. I made it all the way to the end of April in this book. And yes, you can put it all in one. And I learned that, and bullet journal all the way through as well. So I did enjoy that. All right, so what's next? I think it's this one. Yeah, here's May. Okay, so this is a Lauren Phelps designed. It's in a standard, And so her books are, I was going to see if the page, I covered up the page that that's this page that had the specs on it. So what this is it's a Live, Plan, Dream standard notebook, but she also has 12 pre-designed months, if you will. They look like this. And so you don't have to draw those out. You can just fill them in. And that's kind of nice. And then it goes right into blank pages. So no weeks, no, I guess you could consider these your dailies, because as I recall, it's like a 300, I see I covered it up, so I don't know how many days, and they are not numbered, unfortunately. And that is kind of, it's kind of a pain when you don't have page numbers, but obviously I lived without it. The Sterling ink did have page numbers, which I love, love, love. And that allowed me to put an index in the back, and that way I could find stuff, which is nice. But this one, I didn't do that. I just winged it, and that's all good too. Nothing wrong with that. So I started this in May, and here's how I drew out. Yeah, this is how I would love it if the Planner Perfect was set up this way. But yeah, so I changed up my layout for the weeks, and here you go. Grocery list started Monday, but actually looks like it was a little bit of April left. And then I went through this. We went fishing, and my daughter got a puppy. So it was my first meeting, I think, with her new puppy. Anyway, yeah. Again, deco, enjoyed all the deco. I printed pictures occasionally to put in here, and made it through apparently April, May, and June, yeah, so that's a lot. There's more pages in this than there was the Sterling ink, and so that's all good. Looks like I actually left a couple extra pages in the back, and that's okay too, because I can do what I want, right? Anyway, so that's just, it looks like a little bit of July, actually. Made it into just barely into July. So I was trying to use every single darn page, and I think I finally got to the point of, like, it's okay. you just start something new. Okay, so I did start something new, B6. I've always wanted to try B6, especially with the Planner Perfect. And I have never done it, never took the plunge, but decided that what would be nice, because we do a ton of hiking and backpacking in the summertime, and I am always trying to lighten my load. I'm just trying to be weight conscious about how heavy that pack is when we go out and about. And so, there's a big difference between something like this and something like this. They definitely are different in weight. So I thought this is a perfect time to finally give myself a break to try something different. And so I did. July. And did I make it to August? We're fixing to find out. So this is, what is this? Did I cover it up too? I might have to just, I think this is a cafe note. Yes, this is a cafe note. I love the grid, 3.7. That's my happy grid size for sure. And like I say, I did most of the summer in this, and it was nice. It was compact. It was nice. Sometimes I would put this in a leather cover, and sometimes I wouldn't, because I did actually buy a Planner Perfect leather cover and took it around in that. Or sometimes I just wouldn't. I would just pack it in a Ziploc bag this way, so it wouldn't get wet. And off we go to the mountains to go fishing, that sort of thing. But I have to tell you, I did not like this paper. This paper is not as smooth as Sterling inks. There's just something funny about it. And I mean, it's good Tomoe River paper. Actually, it's probably the best Tomoe River paper that I experienced in all of my notebooks. So it's good stuff. But for whatever reason, it just didn't feel as smooth and as nice. And I got towards the end of August, or maybe it was right in the middle. Yeah, it looks like it was right in the middle. I'm like, I'm jumping. I have never done that. Look at all these blank pages. I've never done that before. And so you know what? It's okay. You got to give yourself some grace. It's okay, especially if something is you're just not really loving. And so I moved into a 2025 N1 vertical full year planner. And this I know I have done a video on, so I'm not going to go into depth on it, but it is a sterling ink. And I just had this, I had bought it because I wanted to try this at some point in time. And so I knew I would try to get that into my lineup somehow. And so I did. And I think I did start this in August. Sorry, I'm trying to pick some good pages here that started in mid-August. And I really enjoyed this. So obviously it's got your months, I didn't do much with the yearly stuff or the goal stuff, because I'm kind of already in it for mid-year, right? But yeah, here's August, September. So I used the monthlies, October, November, and then started what I'm currently using here in December. Why does this feel like a million years ago? But it just wasn't. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I loved just being able to decorate these up. These are plannerperfect stickers, by the way. And then, of course, started using up the pages in the back. And I got to tell you, I think I was really free with the use of these back pages. I would use them for absolutely anything and everything, and just not be precious about it. So there's 368 pages in the back of this, and wow, yeah, I went to town and enjoyed the heck out of it. I filled this thing up. I think there's only a few pages in the back that I didn't use. And why is that in there? Why? That got stuck in there somewhere. Oh, I know. It's because I'm still going through and trying to get some of these notes put into my Word document for my Bible commentary. That's why. Anyway, so yeah, this was a blessing, and I love this paper. Now that I'm feeling it again versus the cafe note, it's definitely much smoother and much lovelier. So I won't go into this much more than I already did, but that's where I spent the rest of August and to the end of November. And then you all know that I am working on my 1,000-page allieryaz, and have been in this since the beginning of December. And believe it or not, as of today, I'm already up to 150 pages. So I don't have to be precious in this either. And I am bullet journaling both months and weeks, and I know I've showed you that stuff too. And it's so far it's been really lovely. This paper is, see my ink? I am breaking this in with that. This paper is really lovely and smooth. It is my happy place for the 3.7 grid, which I love. And what else was I going to say about it? Oh yeah, the paper quality. So, this is still some of that paper, even though Allie did a really good job of trying to do quality control. There is still occasional page through here that is that weird Tomoe River paper that we all had problems with last year. And so there is an occasional page in here or two that I do have problems with, but overall this paper has been really great, and I don't blame Allie at all, and it doesn't really even bother me. I just move on. I don't have to be precious about my pages, so I just move on to a better page, and life is good. But yeah, my goal obviously is to see if I can fill up 1,000 pages. So I'm definitely doing I'm definitely getting a huge start on this. And so this is what I will use as 2026 rolls forward. And so yes, please know you can look at some of my other videos where I go into depth on that. So yeah, overall, I would say this was a really great year. I tried out B6 for the first time. I don't mind this size at all. I could definitely see myself, maybe if I finished the 1,000 pages by July, I potentially might go into a B6 of some kind, just again to not have the weight, but still have my stuff so that when we're out and about, I can still journal and do all the things that I love to do. So I'm happy, really happy that I tried this, and I'm not afraid to do another B6, not of this notebook, but a B6 of something in the future. In fact, I was actually thinking of maybe a week's size notebook, an N2, say from Sterling Ink, might be really cool. That might be fun to try this summer. But that's the point. It's like, I actually gave myself freedom to change things up and try some new things that I hadn't done for 4 years. And I just really, I really enjoyed something new. I enjoyed trying different types of journals, like the Sterling Ink, like the Lauren Phelps. I would do this again in a heartbeat. I actually bought several more of these. They're undated, so they're just great. And these are, I should have said this before, these are the old Tomoe River paper. So this paper is fabulous, and I believe she's still got some on her website. So you should be snatching these up, because this paper is fabulous. Anyway, so I enjoyed, trying that new. I enjoyed trying just a blank journal. I enjoyed this brand, which was just lovely. And this is that old Tomoe River paper as well. So I should say that, yeah, old, new. And so that's pretty great. And yet I love my designs from Planner Perfect. I love just making these super thick and all the deco that you could ever want to do, all the creativity that goes in this. It just feeds your soul. So I do miss this. I'm not sure how I might incorporate at least some level of creativity going into 2026. And I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it was a lovely experiment. And I feel like I'm still experimenting, because I now am into this, 1,000-page journal. And this is a traveler's notebook. I'm going to tell you, yeah, I've got something I'm going to do with that here in 2026. So I do hope to do a 2026 lineup video and show you all the things. I've definitely showed you all the things that I'm doing in here, and as well as what I'm still doing in these as well. I should say this. This is my Bible 365-day year in a Bible, my journal for that. So yeah, I'm going to show you all the things that I hope to be journaling in, because I think I'm going to do more than just this. And so I'm kind of excited about all the things, but I'm excited to try this and this new challenge of trying to fill up 1,000 pages. So anyway, all of that, yeah, that's my wrap for 2025. Thank you guys if you're still with me. Thanks for taking it all in. I hope this was helpful with all the different things that potentially you've been thinking about and wondered about, and maybe you were hesitant to try something new. Don't be. I really enjoyed it. So, all right. Well, for now, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you all are doing well. And if you've got feedback, if you've got comments, if you've got other, hey, I tried this, you should try this too, or just share with us all in the comments. I would love to hear some more. And then, of course, like and subscribe. I really appreciate that very, very much. All right. To God be the glory. Thank you all.